Hello and welcome to Battleground 2014. We are in Bombay to discuss the assembly election prospects of various political parties in Maharashtra. This is a very unusual election in the 64-year-old history of Maharashtra because Maharashtra is going to see a four-cornered contest. Experts predict uncertain results and slender majorities for victories. However, political parties are waxing eloquent about forming the next government. The BJP hopes to get upward of 110 seats. If it is lucky, it hopes to form the next government on its own, and if it falls short, there will be no dearth of allies. The NCP and the Congress is on the back foot because of the massive anti-incumbency its government faces, and the Shiv Sena is going it alone, hoping to encash on the legacy of Bal Thackeray. Now, what are the prospects of these political parties and how will the social base of these parties shift? To discuss this, I have with me a very distinguished panel of experts. We have with us Dr. Uttara Sahasrabuddhe. She is Associate Professor of Political Science at Department of Politics, University of Mumbai. My old friend Pratap Thorat, he is a veteran journalist and a commentator on Maharashtra's political and economic affairs. Mr. Rohit Chandavarkar, he is the Senior Assistant Editor of the Economic Times. He specializes in politics of Maharashtra, among other things. So I welcome all of you to this discussion. Dr. Sahasrabuddhe, do you think that this is a historic election in Maharashtra in the sense that there is unprecedented confusion and uncertainty about the outcome?
True. I mean, the outcome is something that nobody would like to safely predict as such. But I would like to mention a couple of other points in which sense this election is going to be a little unique as such. One of the facts is that this time around in Maharashtra, number of urban and semi-urban constituencies has gone up in such a way that it has exceeded the rural constituencies number. I mean, if you just look at the map of the constituencies, around 100 constituencies which we can call about urban and maybe about 75 more which we can call semi-urban, which takes the number well beyond say 175, and that is close to, in fact it is much more than half of the state's total assembly. This one reason why it is going to be unique because the Maharashtra has changed its face from predominantly rural to predominantly urban aspect. Second reason why it's going to be extremely unique is because out of the four big states in India, which in fact turn out more than 40 MPs to the Lok Sabha, the BJP is very keenly looking at this particular election and trying to win it, mainly because out of those four, West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh are the two states where the BJP is actually nowhere in the main contest. But if you look at Bihar and Maharashtra, Bihar probably is not going in for the assembly election. Maharashtra is a state, if it goes the BJP way, it's going to help the BJP in turning the equations in the central government as well. They're looking 5 years from hence for that particular state.
Okay. Pratap has a twin split, one between the Shiv Sena and the BJP and the other between the NCP and the Congress. Has it split the votes also four ways, or has it become a contest between Modi and the rest, and you might actually see a polarization of voters towards one political party which they think might form the next government?
Now it is emerging as Modi and the rest because BJP doesn't have face of its own in the state politics. Modi is the face. This is one thing. And the other thing is that NCP and Congress, they split, their votes are split, especially in western Maharashtra and part of Marathwada region. And Shiv Sena and BJP, these urban voters, BJP was an urban party. Shiv Sena too, Thane, the 126 constituencies from this belt, Bombay, Thane and Nasik region. So now that vote has also split. But one good thing has happened historically is because there was a lot of vapor was trapped under this sewage pipeline and it has exploded. So therefore these alliances have broken and a lot of stink has come into this electioneering, but people are relieved now.
That's your point of view because as a political scientist, Uttara would argue that it's good if competition goes up. It's not necessarily bad.
It is not bad. I am not saying it is bad. It is good. People are relieved, I am saying.
Yeah. But you use terms like stink and sewer and stuff like that.
These were unholy alliances. These were unnatural. A lot of impurities were there. Because Congress party and NCP, how much they believed in secularism, now it has come into.
Okay, let me take this question to Rohit. Rohit, what are the consequences of this BJP Shiv Sena split from the political point of view? I mean, do you think that these two parties are now free to contest the number of seats they want to contest, expand their social base, not worry about what the other party will say, do whatever they can do to build structures where no party structure existed, and yet have the advantage that at the end of the election, they can still come together in a post-poll alliance?
See, what we are looking at in Maharashtra between BJP and Shiv Sena right now is, these two parties have been natural allies because of their ideology, their Hindutva and all those things. Now what's happened in the last 3 years, 2 years maybe, is that the BJP is suddenly getting a sense that it can play the big brother in Maharashtra. All these years, 25 years of alliance, we've seen that Shiv Sena was the big brother under Balasaheb Thackeray, and that party was dominating the local politics here, and the BJP was kind of piggybacking on Shiv Sena's back and growing in Maharashtra. Now suddenly with Balasaheb's demise and with Modi coming on the scene, what has happened is BJP feels that they are the big brother and they can dominate. So the cracks in this alliance were seen maybe 2-3 months before it was officially announced.
After the Lok Sabha election?
After the Lok Sabha elections. Even maybe before the Lok Sabha elections, but what we are now likely to witness is these two players competing against each other for the entire space of anti-Congress votes. Remember, as you said earlier, it's a 15-year rule against which there is a huge anti-incumbency factor. So it's more or less clear that people will be voting against the Congress, against the NCP. Now the race between Shiv Sena and BJP, I think, is to grab that space, grab that anti-Congress vote.
Yeah, we'll see whether that happens or not. But talking of anti-incumbency, Pratap, how strong is the anti-incumbency, and does it affect both the parties, the NCP and the Congress, equally or unequally?
Definitely, it affects them.
Equally?
Equally. One, Prithviraj Chavan very skillfully, he painted black image of the NCP. Because there was no scope for further blackening face of NCP in Maharashtra, because their ministers were involved in many scams. But Prithviraj Chavan very skillfully used his power and his politicking to tarnish NCP's image further. This has happened. And Sharad Pawar, he is on record that Prithviraj Chavan, he had paralysis, his hand was paralytically down, and so he couldn't sign many files. Now Prithviraj Chavan said, okay, which are the files? Just we'll hold inquiry in those files only. So this has happened.
So there's a lot of bitterness, you're saying, between
there's a lot of bitterness, and both have lost their votes. Other thing is Prithviraj Chavan used his negative attitude or his enmity against his own partymen also. Now there was no need to fight in this assembly poll. He is fighting in Karat. Again, there was sure seat of Mr. Vilasarao Patil, and Prithviraj is defeating him, trying to defeat him, and there was no need, because otherwise they would have got one more seat, extra seat.
Okay. Uttara, although the NCP emerged as the bigger party in the last Lok Sabha election, do you think that advantage will continue in the assembly elections also?
I don't think so. In fact, continuing with what Mr. Thorat was saying, I would argue that Congress and the NCP both stand to lose. However, the NCP stands to lose bigger, and they seem to be losing their ground in those very constituencies where they are supposed to be strong. That is Western Maharashtra and in parts of Thane district also, where they are supposed to be stronger. I think a lot of corruption allegations against the NCP, and it's not just the Congress party, it's not just the Chief Minister, but a lot of NGOs again, who have fought against corruption here. They have targeted the NCP in such a way that they seem to be losing their ground in big way.
Pratap, how crucial is this election for Uddhav Thackeray? His party won 18 of the 20 Lok Sabha seats it contested. But was it because of Uddhav Thackeray and Bal Thackeray's legacy, or was it because of Modi's charisma in the Lok Sabha election?
It's not Bal Thackeray's legacy. One thing is, Shiv Sena has got dependable cadre. Cadre is excellent. Their loyalty cannot be doubted. The cadre is excellent. No other party has got a good cadre as Shiv Sena. This goes without saying. So that was Shiv Sena's cadre, one, and Modi's leadership. That was the combined effect of Shiv Sena's success. This time Uddhav had his own notions of his power, strength, and then whether it was swelling or whether it was his natural, he had slimmed down, it will come to the fore now. But it is good that Uddhav will get the real size, he will realize his real size, and that is good.
Rohit, Raj Thakrae's MNS lost its deposit in all the 10 Lok Sabha seats it contested. Although MNS came to power, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena came to power in Nashik municipality with the help of the BJP. But now BJP has also junked Raj Thakrey. So is Raj Thakrey trying to come closer to Shiv Sena now?
I think we are watching all signs of Raj Thakrey getting desperate, I can use that word, desperate maybe, and kind of building some kind of bridge with the Shiv Sena. Now the opinion polls of various newspapers, various channels suggest that he would not be crossing the double figure. Remember in last elections, Raj Thackeray had 13 MLAs in Maharashtra Assembly, and most people are saying that that number will come down. Of course, in media and in newspapers, we have a larger than life kind of an image of Raj Thackeray. I don't know whether that reflects on the ground in terms of votes that he will get. So he has really no other option but to get in alliance with somebody.
All right. We need to take a break at this point. We'll be back again in a bit with this interesting discussion. Don't go away. Welcome back. We're discussing the election prospects of various political parties in Maharashtra. Pratap, you wanted to say something about MNS coming closer to Shiv Sena.
I don't think they will patch up. There was an attempt to bring together MNS and Shiv Sena, and it's a Raj openly came out against Uddhav's effort, and with that Uddhav backed out. This is the thing. And the relationship between Mulayam Singh and Mayawati, both of them will never patch up. The same way Raj and Uddhav, they don't seem to be patching up. And the MNS, because of the MNS present in these urban areas, Shiv Sena's vote will be eroded, and BJP will get some advantage there. This is also a likelihood.
All right. Uttara, to what extent does BJP's mission 145 plus depend on the BJP doing well in the rural constituencies? Because there are 149 rural constituencies in Maharashtra.
Yes, definitely. I mean, they will have to concentrate on rural constituencies because just concentrating on the urban belt is not sufficient. They should be looking at Vidarbha to gain those rural votes as such. But well, in fact, if that 145 is to be achieved, then it has to be a good combination of both urban and rural votes.
Okay. Rohit, how will the BJP's urban vote be affected by BJP, Shiv Sena and MNS playing on this emotive issue of Marathi versus Gujaratis? And if it does affect the BJP, then does that not make the BJP doing well in rural areas even more important?
Yes, very true. In fact, it's playing out differently in different places. For instance, in Mumbai, it is playing out where the saffron vote is getting split. The Shiv Sena is openly saying that they will not let BJP get any space in Mumbai because it is Shiv Sena's bastion. And the Congress NCP vote is not getting split in Mumbai because the NCP is not existent here. So in Mumbai, you will see that the saffron vote is getting split and Congress is getting the benefit. But in Western Maharashtra, it is different because in Western Maharashtra, like Pune and other places, Congress and NCP both have a large base there. So their vote will get also split. So BJP tends to gain there. So it is playing out differently. I think Marathi Gujarati issue is more playing out in urban pockets like Mumbai and Thane and these areas.
Nashik.
Not really that much in the rural areas of Maharashtra.
Pratap, in 2009, the BJP won 47 out of the 119 seats it contested. Out of those 47, 46. Only 20 were rural seats. So this time around, it needs to win those 47 seats, plus get at least 100 more if it wants absolute majority. Do you think that will happen?
So they are concentrating on Vidarbha. They are playing the Vidarbha card, smaller states, and they want to sweep in Vidarbha. There are about 66 seats in Vidarbha region, but they have not presented a united face to the Vidarbha electorate because Shiv Sena said that we are against dividing this state. So Modi came and said Maharashtra will remain intact. Modi had to assure the audience, and whereas Devendra Fadnavis said no, we'll break Maharashtra and we'll have Vidarbha a separate state. Now other people, now Javadekar is coming out, no, this is not in our agenda. Up to 2019, the state will remain one. So this contradiction is there. So there is a lot of confusion.
There is confusion in Vidarbha, but what about North Maharashtra, where BJP Shiv Sena have traditionally done well? And what about Marathwada, where Shiv Sena used to do well?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Shiv Sena will get a benefit in Marathwada region because it has that area has been its sort of bastion, and then there again the contest will be between Shiv Sena and Congress. But NCP is almost non-existent in Marathwada. BJP Shiv Sena vote may get divided in certain constituencies like the district of Beed where Gopinath Munde contested and now his daughters are contesting. But otherwise it will be Shiv Sena and Congress contest. Whereas in North Maharashtra it's going to be probably BJP and Congress. Again NCP and Shiv Sena being nearly non-existent. So you know region wise if you look at it, it doesn't really look as four-cornered as it looks with a view of the entire state as such.
Rohit, how will Western Maharashtra vote this time? Because Congress and NCP used to dominate there and BJP and Shiv Sena used to struggle. So will that equation continue?
I think it's going to be exactly the opposite this time, in the sense that, see, Western Maharashtra is known as the sugar bowl of not just Maharashtra but India maybe, with large sugar cooperatives and all that. Now the mismanagement of sugar cooperatives by some of the politicians there has become a big issue. You know, people like Raju Shetty, who's an MP now and is in alliance with the BJP, has been going around in the area garnering support from farmers who are now turning against the Congress and NCP. So all these factors are going to play there, and Western Maharashtra I can see that will not remain the bastion of NCP or the Congress that it used to be just till 3 or 4 years ago.
I know you're dying to say something, but let me try and ask you a question also. Modi's rallies in Western Maharashtra have targeted Sharad Pawar directly.
Yes, in Baramati, in his hometown.
NCP, if you look at NCP seats, seats there are 3 times larger in rural areas than they are in urban areas. So if what Rohit says is correct, would the rural seats of Western Maharashtra therefore go to Modi this time, and would NCP be the bigger loser?
NCP would be the bigger loser, and Modi will make inroads in Western Maharashtra. And Raju Shetty is championing the cause of farmers. This is more important. And the other point is cooperative is the third generation of these cooperative lords. They have destroyed the cooperative movement, sugar cooperatives, and so they have liquidated and they have bought back these cooperatives, and now they are running in profit. So they are making money out of, they are destroyed the cooperative movement, and now they are running those very cooperatives in profit. So this message has gone to the people, to the electorate, the farmers, for whose cause this cooperative movement was founded, and Raju Shetty is spreading the message.
Uttara, is anti-incumbency a bigger threat in the rural areas particularly, because Modi is there raising the question of agrarian crisis, power shortage and water shortage?
Is a threat in both urban and rural areas, I would propose, because even in the urban areas, what is very clear to the urban electorate is the complete absence of urban infrastructure, and except for a few projects that are advertised, in fact, by the Congress party, that they have finished in last 5 years, especially Prithviraj Chauhan's advertisements, hardly anything that would satisfy the cities like the satellite cities of Mumbai or satellite cities of Pune, where urban infrastructure is in a poor shape, urban slums are in a poor shape, and problems of water, etc. also are extremely stark.
No, I wasn't suggesting there's no anti-incumbency in urban areas. I'm merely saying because the emphasis on Modi in raising agrarian crisis, talking of issues of farmers, their water shortage and their electricity shortage, does it imply that one, he is concentrating on rural areas, and two, he expects the anti-incumbency to be more in rural areas?
He is concentrating on the rural areas, perhaps again with a view to Vidarbha, because if he is concentrating on the issues of agriculture, then the worst sufferers in the last about 10 years has been the farmers in Vidarbha, and that is an area where BJP is largely concentrating anyway. So he is in fact concentrating on those problems with Vidarbha in mind. That's my feeling as well.
Rohit, have the Congress and the NCP's plans to mobilize rural vote on Maratha reservation going to work at all?
I think to some extent it will work, and I think it was a last minute attempt by the Congress to somehow get some support from the community that represents such a large population. But it is also playing like a double-edged sword, in the sense that it is also alienating some of the other communities who have been asking for similar reservation, and they are now feeling left out. the Dhangar community or some of the segments of the OBCs who have been asking for similar reservation. Now, instead of the Marathas coming towards Congress, I think these communities are kind of going away from the Congress because of this decision. So it's going to, I guess it's going to balance out, and whatever gain the Congress party might have from the Maratha votes is going to be lost by losing a vote from the other communities which are going to feel alienated because of the announcement of giving reservation to the Marathas. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out on the ground.
Uttara, do you agree with him?
I partly do agree because especially in Western Maharashtra, and if this has come as a Congress ploy to give reservations, if anything will work in favor of either the Congress or the NCP, some of these reservations might, but it is also further dividing the society in a way, and the caste communities which have not got reservations maybe looking for another party which they hope they will give them reservations sometime in the future. So as he very rightly said, it's sort of a double-edged sword in fact.
Pratap, how much do BJP's smaller alliance partners, parties which are important only in a few districts like this Swabhimani Shetkari Sangatna or Shiv Sangram party, or those that appeal to only to a particular caste like the Rashtriya Samaj Party, RSP, what do they bring to the table, and do they bring any benefit to the BJP at all?
Not much, but in some pockets they have got their base. Raju Shetty is important factor in southern Maharashtra, in the sugar cooperative belt. Raju Shetty will get those votes. Mahadev Jankar is considered to be he has got an honest approach, he doesn't have eggs to grind. So Mahadev Jankar will bring his votes, left of the center votes, plus Dhangar community votes. But Shiv Sangram, I am in doubt because Vinayak Mete is more aligned with Sharad Pawar than BJP. So Shiv Sangram, I don't think he will get those votes. Plus the Maratha vote is getting split between the Congress and the NCP. So that advantage is not there. They are losing some communities, but Maratha vote is getting split without any advantage.
Uttara, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to add to this entire equation the fact that a faction of RPI has gone along with the BJP. So the Republican votes which are in favor of Ramdas Athole faction who has gone with the BJP will make a difference in Vidarbha region because there is a substantial scheduled caste vote in that region, and just as Raju Shetty will contribute in a district or two, in about 3 to 4 districts of Vidarbha, the RPI vote may go in favor of the BJP for that reason.
Well, let me ask you a slightly different question. When the BJP Shiv Sena alliance broke, there was prospect of the Congress NCP alliance also breaking, but it hadn't broken. So when the BJP and Shiv Sena announced the breaking of the alliances, full 1 hour later, the NCP then announced the breakup of their alliance with the Congress. Now, why did they do that? Does the NCP has political arithmetic in mind that in case the BJP does not get an absolute majority, this will leave the way open for an alliance with them?
The information that we got as observers in Mumbai was that NCP was very keen to break the alliance right since the Lok Sabha elections happened. Looking at the drubbing that the Congress got in Lok Sabha elections, the NCP realized, I think, that there was no point in staying on with the Congress, especially because of their equation turning sour with the Chief Minister in Maharashtra. And they were just looking for an opportunity, but they thought that if they split with the Congress and the saffron vote stays together, they would suffer. So they were just looking for that excuse that once the saffron vote got split, they also decided to split.
So it's not, I think, so it is prospective also, or is it not?
Exactly.
It is. All right, last question to all of you, and please answer, in short, in a very short period of time. What kind of shifting of politics, what kind of post-Congress polity do you see coming up in Maharashtra?
I think we'll have to wait and watch whether it is actually going to be post-Congress. Let's wait for another election as well. But yes, here we will have the BJP and some other party forming a government. Now, which is that some other party is a big question, and we'll have to wait for 19th of October to get an answer to that question.
Major changes. Socially, Maharashtra was Shahu Phule Ambedkar's Maharashtra, left of the center Maharashtra, progressive movements Maharashtra. And now BJP would be replacing those forces because these forces represented by Congress and NCP, they have proved to be wrong forces because they are no more towing that line. So BJP is gaining because of that. And now BJP parties like NCP, they will suffocate outside the power. So they are trying to find out some reason to align with the BJP.
All right. So we've run out of time. I would like to thank all of you, Rohit Chandavarkar, Pratap Thorat, Dr. Uttara Sahasrabuddhe for coming here and discussing Maharashtra elections with our viewers. Thank you very much. That's all we have for you today. Goodbye and thanks for watching.